What does the pillow say?
Bazinga!
Bazinga? Who says bazinga? Who's on the pillow? Who is that?
Sal.
Who is that?
Sal.
Sheldon?
Sheldon.
Good job.
Good morning, everyone. Little guy is out on a visit with mom and dad, and Teresa is sleeping, so I thought now would be a good time to check in. I know it's been a while. Ever since little guy started school, he's been bringing home, cold after cold, virus after virus, whatever, and I seem to catch all of them, so I've been sick on and off for about the past month. I'm right in the throes of something now. So Doug has had to sing me Soft Kitty every night. Wednesdays are a little bit more relaxed around here because right now little guy has visits from 10 to noon, and then he has to be dropped off at Head Start by 12:30. So since there's no time for the visitation worker to bring him back here and then have me take him all the way to school and get him there on time, they just take him. So it's really nice. It's about a 6-hour break. We have had a marathon of grandparents visiting. So my parents were out 2 weeks ago for the weekend, and little guy and Teresa just loved that. We set up a big tent that we're going to take camping later this summer, and little guy was like, my tent? And we're like, no, this is Grandpa's tent. He's letting us borrow it, but it's huge. The kids got to help my mom plant some flowers because we actually have a lot of landscaping and gardening in this house that we bought in September, and I do not have a green thumb. They did plant some flowers in the flower box out front, and so now my mom texts me every other day to tell me to water them because otherwise they'll die. And then last weekend, Memorial Day weekend, Doug's parents were here, so it was actually a lifesaver because Friday was when I really just got sick. I basically stayed in bed all weekend, or tried to. I had a few Spanish lessons I had to muddle through. It was great that Doug wasn't having 2 kids by himself, and he had his parents to help, and the kids got lots of extra attention, and the grandparents could read the books that Doug and I have memorized and are so sick of. The following day, Tuesday, little guy's grandpa, who he calls Mumpa, came and picked him up after school to take him for an evening out with his parents. And so he's gotten to, like I said, marathon of grandparents, because he's seen 6 grandparents over the course of like 9 days or 10 days. So that's been pretty nice. It's been great to have a little bit of help. Little guy is testing the boundaries more, and we have to be really on point about using a normal voice and not a whiny voice. We have to be on point about there are certain non-negotiables where he just doesn't get warnings anymore. If he knocks Teresa down, we don't warn him anymore. We're just trying to get him to a place where he knows, okay, no, you cannot just run full steam and charge Teresa. Maybe we need to set it up like penalties, like in hockey. Charging is a penalty in hockey. So there's no charging in hockey. There's no charging in our house. There you go. Anyways, we really have just kind of been muddling through this last month, or at least I have. Doug's really had to do a lot since I haven't been up to nearly as much. Going with our theme of just kind of trying to limp along, our Crockpot died, which, since I'm scared of our oven, our Crockpot is mostly how I cook supper. It's not like we've had a bad month, but it's just like a lot of little things that have kind of piled on. Another thing that popped up is a lot of our cloth diapers either started smelling, like our pre-folds started smelling, so we would think the kids had pooped when they hadn't, or they've started repelling. So we have some pocket diapers that literally, Teresa was sitting in that red rocking chair, and all of a sudden I just see this like water coming out the bottom of the chair, and she had her sippy cup, so at first I thought she had managed to open that and was dumping that. No, she was peeing, and the diaper was not catching any of it, and it was coming out one of the leg holes because it was not absorbing. So I've spent the last month stripping the diapers in sections so that I, still have some diapers to use, and trying to remember which ones have been stripped and which ones haven't. But the one foster parent highlight was yesterday. After we dropped little guy off at school, Teresa and I went to Target to get a few things. There's another couple, and they were just like completely cleaning out the baby section, onesies and sleepers and swaddlers. And I heard one of them say, oh yeah, the OCM called. I'm like, OCM? Ongoing case manager? Ooh, foster parents. And so I go over, I'm like, are you guys foster parents? And they're like, yeah, we just got a call for a safe haven baby that is being placed with us today, so we need all this stuff. I'm like, oh my goodness, you guys are doing a great thing. My 3-year-old foster son's at school right now, and apparently they've already adopted out of foster care before, so they, this is old hat for them. But it's just kind of one of those things, like, I heard a word that, if you're not familiar with the foster care system, you may have it was just an acronym. You might be walking along and not even realize it, but it's kind of cool to be like, I know what that means, and hey, look, I've met another foster parent face to face in the aisles of Target, so that was really cool. Anyways, stay tuned because this upcoming weekend is a big weekend for us. We are planning on potty training little guy, so I'm learning. Not only is potty training kind of a big deal, especially since we've never done it before, but there are also some particular issues when working with the foster care system regarding visits and how much we're allowed to decide on parenting style versus the agency or the county or the parents. So I will definitely be doing a video on that once we're on the other side of the potty training battle. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and rest of your week, and hopefully I kick this cold soon and don't catch a new one, and hopefully you guys are healthy, and I will check back in with you guys hopefully much sooner than a month from now. Bye everyone.